Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome once again to another edition of Transformation Essentials by FacePulse. This week, we have a very interesting panel with us from LinkedIn Learning and Talent Solutions. We have with us Sailesh Gadale, Tarun Kumar, and Karan Chata. So welcome all of you to this session. Like we've been doing in the past sessions, we take this as an opportunity to introduce institutions to new developments in technology, platforms, recruitment best practices, capability building, etc. And in that line, today we have LinkedIn as an important platform that could be useful to institutions across the board, and how you could leverage that in promoting your institution. LinkedIn has been a quite prominent professional networking platform. You could easily, it needs no introduction. It is the world's best professional networking platform currently. But often from the institution side and the academic side, we often see that as a social media platform rather than as a professional media platform. Sometimes, not everyone, but sometimes it helps to, understand the platform in depth so that we are able to see how much it can appeal to students, academic faculty, as well as college leaders who seek to brand their institution on this platform and what they could get out of it. So we hope that this session is going to be an eye-opener for many of you attending, and the panelists are going to go in detail into many of the items that we had listed in the webinar outreach emails. So before I hand over the presentation to the LinkedIn team, I'd like to quickly take some time to introduce the three of them, and then we will move forward. Sailesh Gadale is a dynamic sales professional with over 15 years of experience in the talent and recruitment space. Currently, he leads the partnerships with enterprise customers at LinkedIn. Prior to joining LinkedIn, Sailesh held various roles in Naukri.com, where he spent 13 years of his career. And in his last role, he evangelized the cloud product sales at Naukri. He has rich experience in working with clients across sectors, and he's here to engage at a level of a HR leader as well as a LinkedIn expert. We also have with us Tarun Kumar, who's an experienced sales professional with a history in Monster, Times Internet, etc. Currently, he helps organizations take strategic decisions in talent management, business and competitive intelligence, branding and learning solutions in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Internally, he's very excited to be working with a bunch of rock stars and marketing wizards and delivering world-class products to LinkedIn customers. We also have with us Karan Chata. Karan's a dynamic sales professional with rich experience of working in the internet industry. Having worked in the talent recruitment space for the last 4 years, he's partnered with diverse organizations and helped them make very strategic talent decisions. Currently at LinkedIn, he helps organizations leverage the largest professional social network in order to plan, attract, hire, and develop talent. So welcome Sailesh, Tarun, and Karan to this webinar. And I really hope that you find this as exciting as our audience would in terms of learning from you guys. Over to you, Tarun and Karan. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Vijay, for the warm introduction. We're looking forward for an exciting session with all of you.
So a quick note also, Karan is having some difficulties with this video, so Karan would be present with us in audio only mode. So that would not in any way deter from the content that's being delivered. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Vijay. Thanks everyone for joining in. I'm so sorry my video isn't working. So the picture would be the only justice that you see on the presentation today. So we're gonna start off. This is the brief agenda. We're gonna start off with a small quiz to see how much do you know, like a quick LinkedIn trivia check today, and Vijay would help us with that.
Yes.
Post which I'm gonna roughly talk about getting to know LinkedIn. This would be quick things about what our mission, vision, and value is. How do we plan to what we do every day and why do we do it and what drives us, right? What is our true north? Moving to what have we done over the last 15-16 years of our existence as a social networking platform, which results in something that we call an economic graph, and I'll take like 2-3 minutes to explain that. And post which I would move into talking about how do you build your professional brand, from which obviously Sailesh will take over and talk about how could you create a brand awareness, a digital community, engage with your alumni, hire the right talent, and be more digitally present on LinkedIn today, right? How do you create that impact? How is your college more known on the largest social networking platform? And along with that, we'll move into the last segment with Tarun, who's roughly gonna touch up. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do so much in 10-15 minutes of each of our time, but we're gonna make full justice of how much we can make impact for you guys. Where Tarun's gonna talk about LinkedIn Learning, which was previously Linda, and he's going to talk about how could you create that culture of e-learning, and talk about the specific soft skill aspect of how could we really help you up the game in terms of being ahead, and help placement improve, and given the time that everything's happening on your home and everything's from home, your classes are online, how could LinkedIn Learning really help you enable that infrastructure today, right? And we'll keep like 10 minutes for Q&A. And from there we'll quickly hear your thoughts on it, right? Before we start, Vijay, could you help with, yes, perfect. So guys, would want you all to kind of quickly maybe just take a poll. Question is, how many members does LinkedIn have today globally? So the options are 690 million, 575 million, 1 billion, and 400 million. Vijay, is there a timer on this, or does this automatically?
Yes, about 10 more seconds.
Perfect. So would like you to please select your options and put in your answers, so that we'll have 7 questions only. So we're gonna spend like not more than 20 seconds on each, so about 1.5 minutes here. How many members do you think LinkedIn have today?
Great. So I'm closing the poll now, and I'll be sharing the results. So this is what the audience thinks.
All right, I perfect. So great. I see the larger audience is pretty aware. 690 million is the right number. We're talking about 690 million members on LinkedIn today. We'll move on to the next question. So
yeah,
do you think India has the second largest LinkedIn member base globally? So out of the 690 million members, does India account to contribute for the second largest member base globally?
Wow.
Perfect. Yeah, I think questions are very easy, is what I understand. It's right, true. You guys got it. So basically 88% of you are correct. So after US, India contributes to be the second largest. So in North America, US region contributes at a number of around 169 million users. That's the largest from a country standpoint. And then comes in India with 66 million users. So that's roughly 10% of LinkedIn. 690 million members come from India, right? Great, thanks. The third question, quickly maybe. How many students on LinkedIn are from India? So we're looking at current stat. How many students do you think today on LinkedIn are from India? I'll share a global stat also, but just talking in India context. 8 million, 1.5 million, 3.6 million, or 5 million? Wow, this is a very mixed response. The correct answer actually is 5 million. I think 3.6 million got the largest vote, but very mixed actually. So we pulled out a report as of May, and it's about 5 million students in India today are on LinkedIn, and globally it's about 40 million. So again, India contributes to have almost 12-13% of the global student or user or member base on LinkedIn today. Right. We'll move to the next question. How many colleges and high schools are listed on LinkedIn? The options are 65,000, 90,000, 1,45,000, 1,20,000. We're talking about colleges, high schools that are listed on LinkedIn today, just like yours. Vijay, do you get to know like when everyone's done it, or is it like a timer thing?
I'm actually stopping at 85% poll completion.
Oh, got it. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Interesting. Again, a very split 30%, very close. The right answer is actually 90,000. Very close, touch and go there. So we have 90,000 colleges, high school pages today on LinkedIn. These are colleges like yours who are actively participating and creating a page and presence for the college on the largest professional social network. We'll move to the next one. How many companies do you think are present on LinkedIn? Just like colleges, companies also have pages. So we're talking about how many companies are present on LinkedIn today. 30 million, 50 million, 80 million, or 10 million. I will have to say this is a very well-informed audience. 50 million is the right number. So 50 million companies today are actively participating on LinkedIn. When we say that, these are companies that are in turn having employees which contribute as members to LinkedIn, and then their profiles, and we'll get down to that in one of our slides. Next, Vijay. Which is the most trusted social media platform? Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Instagram. Wow. So no votes for Instagram and Pinterest. Interesting. So LinkedIn. So the quick trivia here is we've been rated as the most trusted social media platform consecutively for the last 3 years. So that speaks about our intent towards member always being first before anything else. I think there's one last question, Vijay, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Coming on to the learning piece, just wanted to quickly touch upon how many courses do you think are available on LinkedIn Learning today? Options are 7,000, 25,000, 16,000, 40,000. Hmm, 25. So very close, guys, but the right answer is 16,000. 29% of you got it correct. So we today have 16,000 plus courses split across different segments like technology, business, creative, software, multiple other aspects of it. Now these are courses that we create in-house. So the interesting thing about LinkedIn Learning is everything is done in-house, unlike a crowdsourced or like a model where anyone can contribute it. We curate our own content. So 16,000 courses on LinkedIn Learning currently available. Thanks, Vijay. Thanks for running this. I think the polls complete, right? We quickly move into getting to know LinkedIn. I hope this was like quick trivia, quick check on things that you know about LinkedIn. Most of you seem to be very aware. So I'm gonna run quickly talking about what our vision is, what drives us, what our true north is, right? So today at LinkedIn, what drives us every day is creating economic opportunity for every member of the global workforce, right? Which then talks about our value and our mission, and which is where we connect people to opportunity. And this is very relatable from an individual standpoint, from a company standpoint, from a freelancing standpoint, student standpoint, right? If you look at it, the ecosystem is so well knitted. We're talking about how your college could help connect a student to the right company. Similarly, a company finding the right talent people upskilling themselves, you as members learning new skill, connecting with new people, expanding your network. So there's so much potential that we have today, from getting a job to building your identity to learning a skill. There's so much that we can do today, and that's why our unique value today is how do we connect you to opportunity, right? Which is where I would come down to the interesting fact about the economic graph. Yes, you guys were right, 690 million members today, out of which 40 million students, 50 million companies, millions of jobs open today. Considering the current scenario, I do not have an exact number, but until last year, we're talking about 20 million jobs being posted on LinkedIn. 36,000 skills, just like your profile, my profile would have skills like sales, teaching, placement of, coordinator, faculty. So whatever you do as a profession, whatever makes and adds your skills to do that profession efficiently, it roughly amounts to 36,000 plus skills from these 690 million members, right? Resulting in 90,000 schools and colleges. And then all of these members and companies coming and contributing to 350 billion feeds. When I say feeds, we talk about your feed updates, the post, the status that people do on LinkedIn that is being viewed, consumed, liked, commented, shared. So much that's happening on the platform today. Also, along with what's happening today is, if you try to understand the college infrastructure, and let's just relate to the economic graph today to your college, it's very simple. If you look at your college today has X number of students, the first thing, or at least the very ideal thing that you do once students get on board, the induction is done, they get into the course, obviously they move towards creating a social presence, and they refer to LinkedIn as the platform where they go and create their profile. They start networking with companies, and it is a very common practice today in your placement cells in MBA colleges and engineering colleges, where your placement cells are today out there reaching out to people, companies, and when I say companies, it couldn't be directly a company, but someone who's working in that company, right? So out of those 50 million companies, we're talking about so many users today who are tagged themselves to a certain company, a certain college, right? And how this could kind of untap potential there for your college today to make sure landing the right internship, landing the right job, making sure your students are ready for the right soft skills to crack the interview. So many other things, right, that we can leverage LinkedIn today too. And these are all very closely well knitted, and we're gonna see how this economic graph comes into play with everything that Sailesh, Tarun, and we talk about, because this is what makes the value prop unique. This is what makes the platform, the largest social networking platform for professionals today. Yeah. I'm going to talk about why it is very important to having your personal brand and having a very prominent profile today on LinkedIn. The fact that your profile is something that stands out first, right? Before someone visits your company, your college, or if they visit your company and college, then they start identifying people within that company and college. So Tarun, if you could quickly move on to the next slide, which is building your professional brand. So your profile has to be your story. It has to be authentic. It has to talk about why your brand today on LinkedIn should resonate with your profile, right? Before they reach out to you, they look at your profile, your digital representation. So the very common thing and the very first thing that we talk about, and we might think it's not important, but it is your profile photo, right? So if we can go on to the next slide, it's as basic as having a good profile photo, which could really have an impact in terms of when people visit your profile, you might get up to 21 times more profile views, 36 times more messages, 9 times more connection requests, because having a good profile photo, having a profile photo that is like a proper headshot, or at least like a good visible profile photo, makes it more prominent, more authentic. So make sure when you're having a LinkedIn profile today, the very first step is to make sure you create a good profile picture. Next, we would look at, if we move on, is industry. Something like an industry we might just overlook, but always remember someone like me coming from an internet background, someone like you coming from an educational background, and there's so many members searching today by industry. Putting in the industry helps make sure your profile is prominent, visible, and obviously more than 3,000 people search by industry on LinkedIn every week. These are recruiters who could land you the right opportunity. These are potential who could be reaching out to you. As I said, opportunity could come to you in any way. Right? Step 3 would obviously be to quickly draft a compelling summary. Remember, the summary need not be a huge sentence or like a paragraph that I get lost into, but very crisp elevator pitch. Someone should come and know who you are. Like for example, when Vijay was introducing me, Tarun, Sailesh, it was a quick prompt talking about what we do, what we have done in the last 5 years, 15 years of our experience. Where do we specialize on, and so that once someone comes to your profile, they know who you are, why could they connect to you, and why should they connect to you, right? So make sure you have a very crisp, eye-catching summary to make sure people know what your profile is, what you are. Moving on to experience, this is where you can obviously go on to talk about members, your profile in terms of where you've worked and what you've done. This could be more descriptive, could talk about your achievements, could talk about things that you've done, achievements that you've made, projects that you've completed, because this is your role to role, company to company shift, and to ensure it talks about what you've done, what your work experience is over the number of years, right? Even if it's within the company, right? Make sure you fill it up with rich media. This is very important considering it shows examples of your work, right? So for example, if you've done a presentation, if you're part of a company ad or a new project that really drove something, and if it is publicly available, please attach it. It shows your work, right? Moving on, adding a volunteer experience, please ensure that the next step is to show that what you do outside of your work professional identity also, right? It's a great way to say what is your true north, or what is your cause just outside of work. Could be anything, could be as basic as going out and helping old age people, or maybe volunteering for any kind of go green activity as well, right? And then obviously we move on to the part which is skills. As I said, there are 36,000 skills. Skills could be as basic as sales, management, thought leadership, strategic roles, skills, financial, accounting, teaching, English teacher. These are all skills. Placement officer. So when you're adding skills, make sure you add relevant skills to your profile, because skills are used to search, and members who have skills, right skills, get more visibility, get more profile views. Also, people endorse you if they work with you. Keep yourself open to endorsement. Endorsement shows that people are endorsing you socially, letting you know that you have the skill, you expertise here, right? And then obviously recommendation, nothing, I mean, I strongly advocate you to please ensure using this. You've worked with so many people, you've done so many projects, your colleagues, your leaders, your seniors should be able to write things that you're really great at, what you've achieved, how it was to work with you. Need not be with your current job, could be with your previous job as well, right? So do ask for recommendation, do reach out. I think reaching out is where it starts. So ensure you're reaching out to maximum people where you worked with. And as basic as, don't forget, please don't forget location, where you are, right? I might be in Bangalore 2 years ago, but I'm in Delhi now and I've not updated it. It's as basic as adding your location. Your education, please, where you've studied, which college you've come from, definitely what's your specialization in study, any articles or publications that you've done, any accomplishment that you've achieved. Education is important to add. Publication that you've authored is important to show that what kind of writing you've done, and also accomplishment gives what have you done in your career so far, right? So these are 7-8 segments. These are very basic stuff, but I wanted to highlight and touch upon this today because it is very critical to ensure that you have the right set of profile, right? The last piece, I would pass it on to Sailesh. Sorry, slightly over time, but about the India student report. As we said, we're looking at roughly 5 million students today on India from LinkedIn on the platform today, and they're properly split among STEM versus STEM non-engineering. And if you look at majority of them are not, obviously tier 1 is a certain segment, most of them are not from a tier 1 aspect, right? Where the degrees, if you look at, majority with an advanced degree to a bachelor degree. So advanced degree has more presence today than a bachelor degree. Similarly, tier 1, while your IIMs and IITs and other colleges, which we consider under a tier 1, there are a lot of institutes which have students, and that contributes to the major chunk of the graph here that we're talking about, 5 million students, right? I am more than happy to take some questions towards the end of it, but Sailesh, over to you. Please move on to the next segment.
Thank you so much, Karan, for enlightening us with the best practices of having an impactful profile on LinkedIn. So it's having an impactful profile on LinkedIn is a starting point to anything you want to do on the platform. So that's a starting point. So from there, let's take on to how LinkedIn, how you can leverage LinkedIn as a platform from a university perspective. So I'm going to talk about how you can take advantage of this platform as a university to brand, hire, and engage with your target audience. And Tarun would talk about how you can use LinkedIn as a platform for skill building and digital learning for your students. So LinkedIn launched university pages in 2013 as part of its dedicated service for higher education. So the vision of LinkedIn for higher education is to help students at every critical milestone, right from choosing the right campus for themselves to building a successful career. And you have seen the economic graph that Karan has shown. So we are having around 690 million users worldwide today on our platform, with every stakeholder present on the platform, right from students to corporates to universities to alumni staff and prospective students and their parents. Hence, LinkedIn as a platform cannot be left out for universities like yours to understand what kind of a benefit it can get for you. So let's look at a short video on university pages, what it kind of brings across for you. Just go back to the previous slide, Tarun, and click on the universities pages hyperlink, slideshow and hyperlink. So this through this video, just want to take you through a glimpse of what universities pages offers to education institutions like yours. Tarun, you need to enable your computer speaker. Tarun, we are not able to hear you. Can you pause it and enable the microphone from your computer, Tarun?
Help your school stand out. Higher education institutions.
Are you able to hear it now? Yeah.
Now have its own destination on the world's largest professional network.
Can you make it full screen?
Prospective and current students, alumni, and parents around the globe. Introducing University Pages on LinkedIn. University Pages are for more than just branding. They're about better targeting, engagement, and insights. Let's jump into a quick overview. Help your school stand out with a logo, cover picture, and a gallery of photos and video that capture campus life. See what your alumni are up to and show students paths from campus to career with the alumni tool. Quickly view everyone who lists your school on their LinkedIn profile. We'll automatically make them followers of your university page. You can include general information and stats about your programs and unique strengths. Start and engage in real conversations. Share news and respond to questions from your key audiences. Once you're a page administrator, click Edit this page. You'll see how to do what we just mentioned. With targeted status updates, reach everyone connected to your school. You can post content to all your followers at once or a subset you select.
Okay. So with that short video, you would have kind of understood what universities pages look like and what do they offer. I would just like to talk about why is it important today to build a digital community on your LinkedIn page. So by virtue of having all the target stakeholders of yours as on the platform, it is extremely important now more than ever with the impact that the pandemic has had over the entire community. So basically what happens when you post on your university page on LinkedIn is you will develop supporters of your brand. Whenever you're posting anything on your university page, your followers will be able to see that, and that gives you an immense opportunity to increase your touch points with your potential student candidates, and it helps you for your university to stand out of your competition. So whatever activity that you do on the platform, that results in increasing the relevant members engagement with the relevant content that you are posting on the page, and as a result you will increase the number of candidates who are familiar with you. And by virtue of these activities, at the end of the day, you will be building a warm student pipeline, because eventually 95% of the candidates are more likely to apply to a university that they know. So this applies to anything that you would want to subscribe to or you want to buy as a product. So even deciding which university you want to study in also happens the same way. Next. So now I would like to take you through what are the various aspects of your university pages and how you can leverage that by having an active engagement on your university page. To start off, let's start with the news feed, Tarun. So basically, newsfeed is the first page that that comes across whenever any prospective student or a current student or anyone lands on to the university pages of yours. So basically, this is a right platform for you to post updates with respect to the latest happenings in your institute, the decisions that are being taken by the management, especially we see a lot of updates on the platform of universities who are using this space to communicate about the various events that are occurring on the campus in terms of the campus meets or alumni meet, or also the decisions that the university is taking amidst the pandemic in terms of the admission cycle and all. So this is a one-stop place for people to consume the news or events of the university. By virtue of having all the stakeholders like prospective students and their parents, alumni and staff, etc. So this will drive a lot of engagement. Next, let us see, Tarun, can you go back? Next, let us see the networking and engagement part of it. So whatever you post on this news feed will help you to engage with your relevant stakeholders. For example, if you see IIM Bangalore, can you just scroll down a bit, Tarun? Probably fourth or fifth post. Next. Yeah, this one. So yeah, before that, with the gentleman. So this post, what this gentleman has done is basically he has opened up a discussion about the differences between online classes versus classes in the campus, and then he has listed down the merits and demerits of each of the platforms, and that has resulted in extreme engagement in terms of the people who are commenting and liking this post. So that has resulted in almost around 650 plus likes and around 22 to 23 comments. So if you expand the comments, you can see perspectives being shared by the students, by the alumni and all from their side. So on the particular topic being posted. So this results in engagement with your target audience and also builds your reputation. Whatever people come across on your page will enable them to get influenced by what you're posting here, and also eventually lead into following your organization's page, following your university page. After which, whatever activity that you do on your page will be directly going and sitting on the newsfeed of the students or the target audience. Third part of the university pages is the most exciting part, which is the live page. So when you have a university page for yourself, there is an option to subscribe to a live page, which basically gives you an access to showcase your university and life at your university for both prospective students as well as the aspiring job seekers who would like to work in your university. So apart from the website, LinkedIn's page happens to be the most authentic page wherein universities can basically talk about how is it to study in their university, how is it to work in your university. You can put up a rich content with respect to uploading photos, videos, and text content. And also you can update the latest happenings in your university with respect to sharing media of the events that happen, the alumni meets, the campus fests, annual fests that happen and all. And this basically gives you a space to showcase your facilities, your labs, your university facilities, as well as write some content about why is it unique, why is your university unique, and what is that it has to offer. You can also go to an extent of publishing some testimonials from the current students, past students, alumni and all, which basically helps you to showcase a authentic brand of your university and stand out of the competition. The last but not the least, whenever any company, any university takes charge of the university page, you will get a free alumni plugin tool, which will give access to anyone landing onto the university page and a view of what does the alumni looks like. Can you just click on the alumni link, Tarun? So as you see on the left hand side, there's a separate section called alumni, and on the right hand side that you see what all statistics that alumni tool throws up in front of the people landing onto these pages. Where are your alumni located in terms of the physical location, and which are the top organizations, up to top 20 organizations where the past students are currently working, and what is that they are currently doing in terms of the job profile. So this gives an in-depth view to any prospective student to deep dive and understand where are the most of the people who have passed out of this university working currently, and it kind of gives a glimpse as to where they can see themselves landing up in the future if they study in this kind of a university. If you scroll down, if you click on any of the tab, you will directly land on to the specific profiles of the students who have studied in this university. And it also gives them opportunity to engage with and network with those past students or alumni, and also kind of interact with them to understand how is your university to study at. So in a nutshell, with all these kind of levers available to you as a university, it is a most powerful platform, and basically bringing along the corporates, the current students, parents, prospective students, everyone at one place. So there's no other platform, I can proudly say, who can present you as rich a data about a university than LinkedIn. You might be agreeing with me. So this makes us extremely, all these offerings makes it extremely important today more than ever to have a university page, and also keep it active by regularly posting, because it's one thing to be there, and it's another thing to keep actively posting and engage with your target audience. So now let us see which are the universities which are actually doing the right stuff in terms of the activity on the platform. The top universities with the maximum student presence on LinkedIn are these, like Delhi University, Lovely Professional University, etc. And the next, you see the top universities with STEM presence, STEM student presence on LinkedIn platform are these universities. So going forward, you can have your university also can be listed on the university. pages here with the maximum traction. So let us now see why it is important for you as a university to have an active engagement, because your target audience, more than 55% of the students are engaged with the company on LinkedIn in the last 1 year. So you can see a steep increase in the engagement levels to the extent of 2.3 times. So what does an engagement with the company mean like? So basically the engagement of students with the company means like either they are following the company or they have commented on a company's post or liked the company's post, stuff like that. So this is marked increase you can see while compared to the last year April versus this year April. So again, students are extremely active on this platform. 22% are more likely to engage with the content that is posted on the platform. A huge 38% of the people, students, are likely to view a job on the platform. And the most important aspect of it is like 41% of the students are most likely to view a life or a career page view of a university or a corporate they would like to engage with. So that again substantiates my stand of why is it extremely important today more than ever to have a strong presence on LinkedIn. Next. So with that, let's now look at how you can leverage LinkedIn as a platform to hire the staff for your university. So like most of the universities might be using any other avenues or sources for hiring people. I would like to talk about how unique LinkedIn is in this aspect of hiring people through this platform. First of all, as Karan has shown the rich numbers of people in terms of the number of people on the platform, like 690 million members are there on the platform, out of which on around 10%, which is 69 million members are there on our platform in India. So can you so basically there are two offerings apart from the live page, which wherein you can either post jobs or access the profiles of the people through the database of LinkedIn and send messages to them. So this gives you access to the entire 690 million profiles on the database of LinkedIn. And coming to India database, out of the 69 million professionals, close to around 2 million people are from educational industry, which are of matter to you. So now coming to why and how it is unique for hiring is like, unlike any other job board, what LinkedIn does is it gives you some interesting insights as to what are these people up to. Whenever you're doing a search for any particular profile, like an associate director or an assistant professor, apart from getting the search results of the people who are matching your search, LinkedIn provides you some interesting spotlights using which you can understand who amongst those searching results are currently looking out for a change. How many of them are your university's followers on the LinkedIn page right now? And basis the recent activity, how many are there of them are more likely to respond when you approach to them with a job? If you can just click on the spotlights thing, Tarun. Basically, I just want to take them live and show basically how it looks like. Yeah, so this is a search for a generic search. So basically, if you can see, total results are 9 lakh change. If you can just do a search for assistant professor, Tarun, job title. Associate professor or a professor, fine. So basically, it will give you a glimpse as to how many people out of them are open to opportunities and how many of them are already engaged with you as a brand in terms of following your company and all. And if you can just open one profile of Dr. Akhilesh Shukla. So the view of the profile of a person on LinkedIn also quite a detailed one, wherein people who have published the papers and articles that they have written also are put up on their profiles, which is a much deeper view than the normal LinkedIn profile view that you and I will come across. So going back to the advantages of hiring through the LinkedIn platform, you also have an opportunity to post jobs. Go back to the presentation, Tarun. So when you post jobs on the platform, LinkedIn will share recommended job openings to the target matching profile through the using the AI and deep learning algorithms that are integrated with our platform. And because of this feature, you get 40% higher rating on applicant quality than any other job board. So with all these benefits, it is a very uniquely helpful in hiring people through LinkedIn platform. So that's about the hiring part through LinkedIn. Last but not the least, how you can engage the student audience through the recently developed features called LinkedIn Events and LinkedIn Live. Let's look at both of them in detail. So basically, using LinkedIn Events, you can create an event on the LinkedIn platform and also invite your target audience within the LinkedIn network to attend those events. So you and I can create an event on this platform, any kind of event when you want to talk about something, or it's a fest or it's a meet, and you can search for the LinkedIn members whom you want to invite and kind of send them the invite to attend the event. Now, with respect to LinkedIn Live, basically it's a live webcast of the webinar that you would like to play. The advantage of doing on LinkedIn is that you will be enabling real-time engagement with the target audience by responding to the live member comments on the LinkedIn Live seminar. And increasing number of colleges and also the companies are hosting campus recruitment events on the LinkedIn Live and LinkedIn Events platform. So that's it from my side. I would give it across to Tarun to talk about how to build skills using LinkedIn Learning platform. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Salesh. I know we are short on time, but I'll try and make it as crisp and as possible. Uh, Welcome to LinkedIn Learning, which is going to be a partner for your student and faculty success. LinkedIn Learning is a great all-in-one solution for enhancing all types of education. From soft skills to software, there is a course to add value to any academic program. This rapid pace of innovation across all industry continues to change almost every aspect of our daily lives, from how we interact with each other to how we consume media or to how we stay healthy in this post-COVID era that we're into. As a result, students today have a very different expectations of this world, whether this means being able to constantly connect with their friends, easily share photos with family, register for classes online, or submit their assignments with one click. They now have an on-demand mindset, and they often know what they want and they expect it on their terms. They are bringing this mindset onto university settings and also opening up the future opportunities which are out there. Likewise, faculty and staff also have greater expectations from their workplace. They want to tap into this innovation and take advantage of the new technologies to streamline their work and their lives. And they want to create a modern classroom, but often they may not be equipped to do that. At LinkedIn Learning, we have the capability to integrate digital resources into your classroom, curriculum, or campus, including for your staff and your academics as well. Today, when we look at this particular channel, we understand that the skill gap is real. Students aren't prepared for the changing workforce which is out there or the changing world that we're into. Unfortunately, students are graduating with an uneven set of skills that may or may not guarantee success for them in the workforce. In a recent study, we surveyed managers and recent college graduates, and we figured out that 80% of the people stepping out of a college think that they are ready for the world out there, they are ready for the challenge. However, there is a gap when we spoke to managers about the talent entering into the corporate world. They said they are not, only 50% of them agree that a student has the required skill sets to succeed in a particular environment. So there is a gap between Marillion skills and valued business skills which we can talk about. These challenges can again, from a university perspective, it can result into lower placement rate because of the outdated methodologies which are out there, and because of the overburdened faculty as well. Modernizing the classroom is pretty challenging. The demands on faculty continue to grow. John Dewey once said that you cannot teach today the same way you did yesterday to prepare students for tomorrow. And at this same rapid pace of innovation, the faculty are also approaching, have a flip approach currently on their classrooms as well. Most faculty understands that one size fits all approaches no longer work in learning, and that digital learning can be a powerful complement to the existing methodologies that we have. For example, many professors want to incorporate flipped classroom techniques and create their own digital tutorials in order to reinforce their existing curriculum and offer students diverse and alternate ways to learn. Faculty are resource constrained, and often don't have the time they need to teach everything that they want or need to teach in the classroom setting. Yet, with so much on their plates, curriculum development, research, administrative responsibilities, and class time, faculty are scrambling to stay up to date with the latest technologies available to them. Combined with the fact that often students don't have the prerequisites they need to do a course. Just to say from a personal perspective, I am a mechanical engineer, and when I stepped in to do my MBA, that was in marketing and finance. Finance, basically, I could not understand much of the things because of finance, and our college had to set up separate classes to train me on accounting and things like that. So rather than waiting for the time to come, people can upskill themselves and combine this and have you can have the prerequisite skills for a course and things like that. LinkedIn Learning, again, it's very important that we have learner engagement. We are currently the top 25 sites globally with about 16,000 courses and data personalization. LinkedIn Learning is built upon linkedin.com, which is our parent website, and on basis the kind of data that the data points that we get from a member's profile, a curated, customized course is actually basically presented to these people. So that's it from my end. Do we have any questions, Vijay?
Yeah, so I would request all the panelists to please turn on their webcams. We also have with us Balakrishnan Kameshwaran, who is the head of sales for South India from LinkedIn, joining us for the Q&A part. So we have actually 4 panelists. So thank you once again for presenting this session and enlightening our audiences. And this session has been quite insightful in how the training and placement cells and units in these institutions can leverage LinkedIn, and also institution management, how they could leverage LinkedIn and promote their campuses to students. And alumni engagement was a particularly insightful point that I personally took out of this. So I would request that audience can get started with posting questions, and I will start pitching them to the panelists here. So the first question, okay. So first question is from Mr. Satish Paruchuri. Any specific offers on the LinkedIn Learning platform for academic institutions? Is there any current running offers that you guys are making?
Bala?
Sorry, Shailesh, I think you were about to say something. You can take that question and I can add.
Yeah, Mr. Satish, thanks so much for the question. Yeah, we do have some specific offering for educational institutions. So what we do is we kind of have 2 options. One is, if in case you are looking at taking the learning licenses for all the students and only students, that's one option. And second option is in case if you're looking at taking the learning licenses for entire university, including the faculty. And whatever is the option that you take, we have subsidized price for educational institutions on LinkedIn Learning. So in case if you're interested, we can discuss offline as to what is your requirement is like, and then we can get on to the commercial discussions.
So the contact details of all the panelists are listed here. In case you would like to screenshot it, you can connect with them directly after the session. I'll move on to the next question from Mr. Bhaskaran Venkatraman. Many students are not aware that they can post their profiles on LinkedIn. would LinkedIn be open to conducting an awareness session about this for campuses?
Yeah, I'll take that. More than happy to do that, Vijay.
Right.
We do something about, like, that's why the initial segment was about how could you build your personal brand, your profile, and set up as basic as a good information on your profile that talks about you, like a digital representation of it. And yes, we are more than happy to do scaled events where we can educate students on how they could have a very well prepared profile.
Right. I must also acknowledge at this point that we had in the outreach to all of you audience members, we had mentioned a few topics that we would actually cover. One of the topics that we have not been able to do so in detail is faculty recruitment and faculty profiles. I hope that we are able to bring back the panelists for a session 2 where we'll be discussing those areas. The scope and the scope of the coverage today was broad, and even that we couldn't fit into this timeline, and hence we've kind of touched upon certain key areas. So the next question is touching upon one such area from Rajit Kumar. LinkedIn Live, there was a mention that LinkedIn Live can help with campus recruitment interviews. How is that possible? How does that work?
Bala, you want to take that?
Sure. Actually, like both LinkedIn Live and LinkedIn Events, and we can share more details about each of those later. These are available actually for free on LinkedIn.com for anyone to use, and essentially what it enables is for you to do a one-to-many digital outreach actually. And in fact, if anything, the entire lockdown and the post-COVID scenario has made the adoption of these two pieces much more powerful than ever before. So you could like specifically answering that question, you could use it for any purpose where you want to connect digitally with a group of people, and obviously video interviewing is one of them, is one use case, and we can share more details about that later. But in fact, because these are free LinkedIn.com consumer facing tools, if you just Google, you should be able to find enough and more information about it.
Okay.
Also, I just wanted to add some color also, Vijay, to an earlier question that was asked, right, around whether LinkedIn can engage with institutions to help students build good profiles. So I wanted to say that from a strategic perspective, actually, the student community is a core priority for LinkedIn as a company. Globally, as well as in particular in APAC, which we see as our growth markets, right? Typically, if you look at LinkedIn membership in India, so roughly about 10% of the global membership base is from India. So we have about 670 members globally and about 67 million members in India. And only a small percentage of that right now is students, and increasing that over the next few years is a strategic priority for the company. So one way to do that obviously is to engage deeply with educational institutions, make students understand the value of building a profile and keeping their profile updated on a professional platform like LinkedIn. So if there are specific questions around it, do reach out to any of the three panelists who presented, and we could come back to you on how we can do that. And also on the first question which was asked around whether we have subsidized rates on LinkedIn Learning for institutions, right? Again, some additional color is LinkedIn Learning actually was an inorganic acquisition of LinkedIn. We bought a company called lynda.com about 5 years ago, and lynda.com was and still remains one of the largest content providers in the world from an e-learning perspective. And after LinkedIn bought it, what we've done is we've married the content capabilities of Lynda with the powerful social networking capabilities of LinkedIn, and that's the genesis of LinkedIn Learning. And traditionally, Lynda was and still is very popular in educational institutions, especially in the US. Just to give some perspective, out of the top 20, the Ivy League schools in the US, about 14 of them were customers of Lynda even when LinkedIn bought Lynda. So we have powerful content on our platform that is tailored specifically to educational institutions, and we also have custom pricing. Like the pricing for educational institutions is a lot cheaper than what we sell it to corporates. So if there are specific questions around that, happy to take that as well later.
Right. I'll move to the next question, also for Mr. Bhaskaran. Does LinkedIn have any statistics regarding the percentage of students offered jobs or internships through LinkedIn?
The question is around the percentage of students offered jobs through LinkedIn, is it?
Yeah, jobs or internships.
Yeah, I'm sure we can pull that data out, but I don't have anything top of mind to answer that question right now.
Right. Just
a quick add up on that. I think it would largely depend on which platform is it happening through, right? So for example, if internships are taken offline on colleges, then obviously LinkedIn will be the place where it's updated, and obviously we'll have the stats to where people are moving, which companies are they doing internship at. But if they're done through LinkedIn platform is where we'll be accurately able to see it was done through LinkedIn platform, I think, which is where we are moving now, because now internships being virtual, work from home and things that are happening, we are also collaborating with LinkedIn events and seeing how we could make your internship opportunities also available on the platform, right? So maybe going forward that will be a good thing to look into.
Right. So we are roughly about time, so we'll have time for maybe 2 more questions. So I'll take the first one. Mr. Prasanna is asking as to how what kind of tools can recruiters, placement cells use to attract recruiters? Is there a way to filter and segment and find companies that might be recruiting from campuses? Or generally, how do I find recruiters who are not in the top 50, top 100 companies list?
Any of you want to take it, or?
Right. So if I understand the question correctly, how do you reach out to companies who are not the top 50 companies? Is that what it meant, Vijay?
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah. I think there is a steady stream of companies that visit a lot of campuses, but there are other people, smaller companies, who might also be recruiting. How do placement teams reach out to them? Is there a way through LinkedIn to do that?
One of the best ways which actually Sailesh spoke about is about building your brand on LinkedIn. Talking about your university, talking about the life at your organization, and talking about the kind of research that you're getting into. These sort of things are things that actually attract corporates to come into your campus and do it. So it's more about building that particular brand for yourself on LinkedIn, and then reaching out to them through the various tools that we have, and targeting the specific members that you just spoke about, the people who are the decision makers when it comes to coming to a campus or not. So you can target them, and you can of course reach out to them as well. We do have the tools.
Right, thank you. So I'll take the last question from Mr. Satish. There was a specific program for educational institutions a few years back. Are you still having any such programs, which was also a bridge between industry and academic institutions? Does LinkedIn continue to have such objectives?
Yeah, I think like I mentioned earlier, that remains a strategic priority for us. One of the things that LinkedIn is trying to do is to ensure adoption of the platform among both students and academic staff, right? So professors, heads of institutions, etc., which will obviously eventually also drive the student community to adopt it. And if there is interest, we can take this offline, but we do certain sessions that we call as Rock Your Profile. I think you may have seen some slides about it earlier today. Essentially, we help students kickstart their journey on LinkedIn by creating a good profile and posting relevant professional academic content on the platform. So if there are specific colleges which would want us to help them with this, happy to take that offline. Just reach out to any of us and we can discuss how to engage.
Great. Thank you very much, the panelists Tarun, Karan, Sailesh, and Bala for taking the time out to do a session for our audiences here. And thank you also to all the attendees who have taken the time out to attend this session. I hope this session has been an immense learning experience. I'm sure this session has left many of you with more questions than answers. So I'll again maybe request Tarun to please flash the contact slide so that you can make a note of the contact details and reach out to them directly. And we are happy to have been the bridge through phase to enable this. So I'll close this session and thank you once again. Look forward to catching up with all of you in the next session of Transformation Essentials. Thank you once again to the panelists.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vijay, for convening this.
Thank you, Vijay, for inviting us. Thank you. Bye.